Good evening. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Tuesday, December 8th, 2015. Camera people, Devlin and Keegan. Video engineer and producer is Russell. Sound engineer, Edward. Teleprompter, Brendan. And prompter, Myra. And this is the Ciara Show.
Okay. Welcome to the DCTV Weather and News Program. Help keep our kids' news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. Hello, I am Ciara, and the following story is from the Durango Herald. Wildlife on the move. Fall-winter migration is here. Wildlife vehicle collisions is higher this time of year. Each fall, data show an increase in wildlife vehicle collisions on Colorado highways, with the first few storms of the season. Wildlife have moved down from the high country as they do each year, and they continue to move to food and water sources, crossing highways along their routes. A majority of their collisions occur during dark hours, from dusk to dawn, when the wildlife are more active, and they are also more difficult to see. In Colorado, there were 3,960 wildlife vehicle collisions, WVC, reported to law enforcement in 2014. Of the 3,960 WVCs in 2014, 3,667 involved vehicle damage, 287 involved injuries, and 6 involved human fatalities. Neighboring La Plata County tops the list for the highest WVCs in the state at 306 last year, 2014. Traffic and safety engineer Mike McVeigh said avoiding collisions with wildlife is not always possible, but we can all increase our reaction time by slowing down, especially at night, and being aware of animals near the roadsides. And now I'll be giving you another story from the Durango Herald. Rising firefighter costs raises alarms. For the first time in its 110-year history, the Forest Service, part of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, is spending more than 50% of its budget to suppress the nation's wildfires. A new report released today in the Forest Service estimates within a decade, the agency will spend more than 2/3 of its budget to battle ever-increasing fires. While the mission-critical programs that can help prevent fires in the first place, such as forest restorations, and watershed and landscape management, will continue to suffer. Meanwhile, the report notes these catastrophic blazes are projected to burn twice as many acres by 2050 with continued global warming. As the costs of fighting wildfires grow each year, with longer, hotter, more unpredictable fire seasons, the report details how the Forest Service has experienced significant shifts in staffing and resources. In effect, the Forest Service has nearly $500 million less in 2015 dollars than it did in 1995 to handle non-fire related programs. The bulk of its programming. There has also been a 39% loss of non-fire personnel from approximately 18,000 in 1998 to fewer than 11,000 this year. While the fire staff has more than doubled. And now I will be giving you the following story from the Sports Illustrated. The Fine 15 Sanity Check. Seismic activity in the NFL pecking order to this week will leave many questioning the power rankers' mental state. Please form an orderly line. This is the first week all season that the Fine 15 is really fun. Most of the season it's been formulaic. Fill in the Patriots and the Panthers and the Broncos and the Bengals and the Cardinals near the top, and then fill in the rest with the lesser contenders. But now it gets fun. The Patriots, at least temporarily, have hit a wall. The Steelers and Seahawks suddenly look like some combination of the 85 Bears and the 7 Patriots. Things change so quickly in the NFL. The teams get hot and the teams get cold. The teams get hurt and the teams get healthy. That ranking should necessarily be a week-to-week deal. And now here's dumb laws. Now I'll be giving you dumb laws in Indiana. Baths may not be taken between the months of October and March. Check forgery can be punished with public flogging up to 100 stripes. Mustaches are illegal if the bearer has a tendency to habitually kiss other humans. It is illegal to sell cars on Sunday. Pedestrians crossing the highway at night are forbidden from wearing taillights. No one may catch a fish with his bare hands. Men are prohibited from standing in a bar. It is against the law to pass a horse on the street. You can get out of paying for a department's medical care by praying for him or her. I kind of like that one. I don't think it's dumb in any way you look at it. And now I'll be giving you the current weather. The current temperature is 51 degrees. The high for today was 54 degrees. The low was 30 degrees. Winds are from 1 to 9 miles per hour from the south. The barometer is at 30.16 inches and is falling. The humidity is at 36%. Today there has been 0.07 inch of moisture measured by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the new month is 0.07 inch still. And now here's our national weather outlook. I'm your national weather reporter and I'll be giving you the big map. Still a lot of unsettled weather, bringing rain and snow for the Pacific Northwest. Otherwise, small areas of snow in Yellowstone and western Wyoming, and a small spot on the North Colorado border. Minnesota has a low pressure cell, causing rain all over the Great Lakes and down through the Ohio Valley. Over here. There is a small area of rain in South Florida. Other than that, most of the nation is mostly clear to partly cloudy, like here in the Four Corners area. And now I'll be giving you the 5-day forecast. Wednesday, partly sunny, high 52, low 21. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 54, low 26. Friday, rain and snow, high 45, low 18. Saturday, partly sunny, high 38, low 15. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high 39, low 16. Now for our climate change report. This is climatologist, and I'll be giving you the CO2 report. CO2 is one of the principal causes of climate change, and it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability, resulting in significant swings worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures. The following are the CO2 numbers for this week. CO2 for the week of December 7, 2015, in parts per million, ppm, is 400.80. CO2 2 weeks ago was 400.37. CO2 last year was 398.15. CO2 10 years ago was 378.90. CO2 50 years ago was 319.42. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz of the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, and Michael Magee of the CO2 Earth website for this information. Remember, you can help keep our kids' news show on the air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H news program. This is the news director, Edward, saying good night and thank you for watching.